We're having a public launch of the Vulnerability Registration Service, which is a service designed to help vulnerable individuals either temporarily or in some cases permanently identify themselves as vulnerable, often to financial services organisations but other sectors as well. And it's really saying my circumstances need to be taken into consideration when you're dealing with me.
The Vulnerability Registration Service has been running for a while. This launch, they're hoping that will make people think, oh, I didn't know about that, and they'll want to find out more.
The VRS could play a very important part in helping people take control, people who actively want to deal with their situation. The VRS enables them to do that in a way where they're not having to connect and make those difficult conversations with multiple people. They can do it with one set, and then that tells everybody.
The launch event was so important for people to understand how consumers do want to be protected, and also for the businesses out there to come together. They will be doing the right thing, not just for themselves as a business, but as for the consumer.
Consumers can be quite reluctant to let us know that they are going through some personal issues. So rather than them explaining it to us, for VRS to actually already be informing us about that so that we can help them from the start and then make sure they're not mishandled and given the care that they need.
I thought the presentation that was given by Dawn was very moving, very personal, and it explained very clearly how even those of us who imagine that we're pretty articulate and financially capable, we can all become vulnerable. And having the ability to either self-register or register through an organisation into the VRS to give a level of protection and support, I think is fantastic, really.
We've all got something in common. A large percentage of the people we are working with are in very complex situations, vulnerability. It's something that can happen to anybody at any time. And at that moment, it's not about capability. Quite often people don't have the energy to be able to enter into those conversations. So it's about building protection around that consumer at that moment in time. We need more creditors to sign up to it for it to really be effective. So it's really important that this message gets out across the financial industry and starts to work with the VRS to provide that protection.
They have thought really of everything. They've thought of how people can register, how safe the data is. They've thought about what can be done with that information and who should be using it. And that's why I was here today to give it my personal full support.